talk about commitment and surrender. My two favorite subjects, commitment and surrender. But more specifically, how to know when to commit and when to surrender. Because I think the difference between a novice and a master is not only the ability to surrender, but also knowing when to surrender. Now, P.S. surrender does not mean giving up, it does not mean quitting, and it certainly does not mean not starting. Okay, surrendering does not mean like, I'm good, I'm just not gonna go into rehearsal today, I'm just gonna get high and play video games. That's not surrendering, that's laziness. Okay, the commitment part happens when you make the decision to do it every day. And the commitment part happens when we're willing to commit 100% to whatever crazy idea it is that we get, even if and especially when it doesn't make sense. Because that is when nature and creativity is using us and using our right brain, and we're getting these ideas and these downloads that we did not cognize, that we did not orchestrate or control or plan with our left brain, ego, human, limited sensibility. As it applies to meditation, you know, we can't just like surrender our meditation practice. You know, you have to actually do it. You have to commit to doing it every single day. But when you're doing it, you have to surrender. You know, it's like you pick up, imagine, you know, you're sitting in your meditation and you pick up the mantra. And imagine you had like a flower in your hand, like a little rose bud that you had picked up. And what you don't want to do is be like mantra, 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 mantra. You're not going to like crush it in your hand, because then the flower will be bruised and it's not a nice way to hold a rose. You want to hold it gently and easily, and you have to be willing to let it go. You have to be willing to surrender, to let it drop out of your hand. But you can't let something go unless you first picked it up. Right? So you can't surrender the practice altogether. You have to commit to picking up the rose every day, but when you're picking it up, when you're using it, you're holding it very lightly. You're thinking the mantra very lightly. And I think the difference between a novice and a master is knowing when to commit and when to surrender.